Everybody's asleep. Please, tell them I love them. The training. We're shaped by a past. A pony once said, forced to relive it, so we never forget it. Spike blinked his eyes. The skeletons were gone, vanished into thin air. He rubbed his eyes. Did he see what he saw? Or hear what he heard? He feared that maybe Conquest was getting to him. That the dark pony was driving the dragon mad. Oh, no. I'm doing worse than driving you mad. I'm driving you emo. The door slowly opened up. Spike? A friendly voice asked. It's Duster. You awake? The dragon yawned, stretching his arms out. Yeah, I'm up. Duster walked into the room. He wasn't in his guard armor, and his light brown fur and bizarre pink mane surprised Spike. Duster noticed Spike staring at him. Oh, my mane. I lost a bet a long time ago. Long story, not important. Having pink mane on a pony ain't that weird. I consider your captain of the guard has teal blue mane, not that weird. You seem you're tired. You sleep okay? Spike shook his head. He did feel rather groggy. Duster chuckled. Well, you better get it together, he said. After all, once we get you fixed up in medical, it's back to straight to basic training. Great, muttered Dragon. Guess we should head out. Eager, are we? Joked the guard. As the two headed out of the room. Just wait till you see who's running the training exercises today. The day before. Applejack groaned as her eyelids slowly peeled open. The world was shifting around her as he tried to get up. She slammed her head against the bottom of the table and fell back to the floor. Ayo! She moaned, rubbing her hood through her sandy yellow mane. She felt that something was missing. Her hat was gone. She was anxiously looked around the floor to see if it was lying next to a couple of young, rotting apple cores. The cowpony slowly crawled to her favorite hat. After brushing off the dust, she placed it back on her head where it belonged. She stumbled as she tried to lift it up from the floor. Her head felt like it was now about to explode. How much did she drink last night? However much it was kicking her flank right now. Applejack carefully made her way to the main room, careful to step over the still sleeping ponies. The library was a huge mess, even worse than the kitchen. What in the hell happened here? She wondered. It's like a manticore. Rainbow Dash came unstuck from the ceiling and landed straight on top of Applejack. Rainbow, where the name of the princess did you come from? She squeaked under the blue mirror. Oh, Soren. She mumbled happily in her sleep. Rainbow. Right there, Soren. That's where Mama likes it, she moaned. Applejack faced up. You've got a can. Rainbow, wake up, she yelled, slamming the Pegasus in her face. Rainbow opened her sleepy eyes. Hey, Applejack, I was having such a wonderful dream. I think you were in it. Applejack cringed a little. I don't want to know what goes on now, here of yours. Whatever. Rainbow says he stretched her body. Why are my wings all sticky? How if I know? I said Applejack. I've only been awake a little longer than y'all. I never tried to flap her wings. Apparently the sticky stuff on there was good and hard. Well, this is just great. One Rainbow. In the back of her room, they heard a sifting pile of books. Twilight rose from the mountain of literature. A piece of paper stuck in the side of her face from her drool. She let out a yawn before staring at her two sleepy friends. Good morning, girls, she yawned as she made her way out. How late did we stay up? No clue, Sir Hugh, said Applejack. Last night was a bit of a blur. Twilight let out another yawn. Yeah, tell me about it. Spike! A voice called out. All the ponies looked up the stairs. Rarity made her way down the steps. She seemed well rested. Bags under her eyes had disappeared, a newfound smile on her face. Has anyone seen Spike? He nuts what I've been and hasn't come back yet. I'm sure Spike is fine, Twilight said reassuringly. He could have gone into that much trouble. He's still injured, so he has to take it easy. I'll check around town, said Rainbow as she started to head to the door. You probably went to get some coffees. I know I could use some. You do that, Applejack said. Well, I'll check around the house. Please bring him back if you find him, sighed Rarity as the silent Pegasus tried out the door and headed towards town. Twilight gathered everyone in the middle of the library. All right, everybody. We know he's not in the kitchen or upstairs. So where could he be? Asked Twilight. I don't know. snarked Applejack. The email corner? Of course, Twilight said excitedly. His email corner! It's so obvious. Twilight stared towards the room, the other two slowly following her. Twilight opened the door into Spike's room and saw the lump on the bed. Verity jumped on the bed. A Spike! She said in a salty tone. Why didn't you tell me you wanted to move things in the bedroom? She says he removed the cover and gave the being under a kiss. Fluttershy's eyes shot open from the feeling of Verity's warm, wet lips against hers. She spat out the letter in her mouth and screamed at the top of her lungs. Not my mouth, she yelled. Don't put things in my mouth. She tumbled out of the bed and quickly ran out the room. The broom closet was still open, and the vibration of the screaming caused a certain cleaning instrument to fall out of the closet. Broom handle! She screamed as she jumped out the window towards her cottage. You know, this should be funnier. I don't know why I'm not laughing. Normally a sex joke like this would have me on the floor laughing. But I'm not. Trixie, what do you think that is? Perhaps you feel like that this is taking two lesbian characters that this fic has shown and just turned into a bunch of sex-crazed maniacs with no other personality and just, ooh, let's have sex, and that type of thing that has turned you off? Yep. I also think it's maybe got a lot to do with the impossibility of it and how it's Fluttershy. Maybe if this was a homophobic pony, or if this was a, jerk, I would get a good laugh because they would have deserved it. Or maybe if this was a parody Fluttershy who was a jerk, I would be fine. But it's not. Fluttershy's clearly not done anything to deserve this. She hasn't really done much in the story, and she's very much traumatized by this action. It's being forced upon her. It's just not funny when it happens to Fluttershy. Blue Blood, yeah, it's hilarious. Maybe some stuck-up pony, fine. Heck, even my Lady Applejack. But Fluttershy? Like Piggy says, he's too sensitive. So this just feels like it's ha 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 ha. Let's make fun of the innocent little mare. Ha ha ha. It hurt her feelings. All the ponies stood there, baffled what they just witnessed. What in the name of Holy Seas was that? Asked Applejack. And what was that about Broomstick? Questioned Twilight. And what was he doing in Spike's bed? Rarity, as he tried to spit the taste of mare out of her mouth. You didn't think... Rarity, Twilight interrupted. I know Spike would cheat on you with Fluttershy right after proclaiming his love for you. Applejack looked at the ground, picking up the slightly damp layer. What's this layer? Rarity looked at the layer in anticipation, and maybe it's from Spike, she hoped. Hold your horses there, I'll read it. She mumbled as he opened the layer and began to read out loud. To Twilight, I've been summoned by the princesses to come to the castle for urgent business. I'm sorry I can't tell you this myself, but it seems like an emergency. I'll try to write back to you as soon as I can, but I ask that you do not follow me to Camelot, as I fear you are all in great danger. Really, Spike? Really? We faced horrifying elder abominations. I think we're fine. You're not even supposed to know anything is wrong, but I just can't leave every opponent without this. Ellipses. Twilight, I will hopefully be back soon, but if I'm not back later today, then something is wrong, and I'll be staying a little longer than expected. If this is the case, I want you to tell Rarity I love her and that this is the last thing I wanted to do. I was given a little choice from your brother. So, why not just ask Shannon about it? Hope you all see you all soon. Spike. Please, I'm sorry, Rarity. It's not fair, cried Rarity as he started becoming listless. I was finally happy. We were finally happy. Really? Camelot's like next door. I can take a train ride. Twilight put a sympathetic hook on Rarity's shoulder. I know how you feel, Rarity, but I'll do the smart thing and ask Shining Armor about it. My spiky wacky shouldn't be put in danger, she cried. You should be here with me. I waited so long, Twilight. Nightmare started to cry again. And here we are with another reason why I'm starting to hate Sparity. Because the fix where Sparity happens and Rarity is actually herself and actually is a strong, competent mare are getting slimmer and slimmer. Because apparently some fix can't go 5 minutes without Sparity, without Rarity turning into a DID. Even though this show is really is not that type of show to do an DID. Nobody say it, Applejack said, trying to cheer up her distressed friend. Remember, he's gonna ride a bike as soon as possible, I reckon. Rarity started to calm down a bit. I suppose you're right, she sniffed. That's the spirit, Sugar Cream, smiled the cowpony. Now I reckon you're all right hungry, so what do you say I whip up some apple pancakes? Rarity immediately broke down in a fit. Spike used to make apple pancakes, she cried as she swallowed a puddle of her own tears. Ha! I laughed a little. I was like, gonna be a long wait. Meanwhile, houses up on his way. Give me more tea, plus, you overgrown iguana! Yelled Kurt Hoof at Spike. He was in the courtyard of the castle with about 30 other pony recruits running training exercises. All around him, he heard the groans, grunts, and cries of ponies as they suffered through their training. Spike groaned along with them. Of all the ponies in Equestria, he cursed under his breath. What was that, maggot? He screamed Kurt Hoof as he right in Spike's face. You got something to say with me? Yeah, brush your teeth, said the dragon sarcastically. Oh, looky here, man. Shouted the loud pony to all the ponies on the other side. We got ourselves a comedian. A yellow pony could only shudder in terror. Oh, God. He's dead. Hey, look at the bright side, Griff. At least he's not aiming at us. I'm coming back for you two later. Mias Dios, no. He laid back his pike. Just for that remark, it's an extra 10 miles in every pony's run. Courtesy of the comedian over here. A wave of whimpers echoed through the courtyard as every pony got up and started running down the field. Spike got up and was about to join them when Kermho stopped him. Not you, Dragon, he muttered. The princesses wants you to take breaks until you're at full health. Really? Because I feel fine. The doctors here are a lot better than the ones at Ponyfield, Spike said. I feel insulted. I wasn't asking you, he said forcefully. It's an order. The guard pony started walking away towards his nearby bench. Check is, he muttered as he took a seat. His body was aching. Ever since he got out of medical, he had been forced through fields on Carolot to go rigorous training in physical exhaustion. Couldn't help but close his eyes for a few seconds. In the dream world, Spike woke up in the darkness of shadows. Of course, it wasn't as frightening this time, and he knew a certain psychotic pony was lurking somewhere in the unending haze. Purple haze all up in my brain. Excuse me while I go kiss the sky. He turned mindlessly in the darkness, waiting for Conquest to make some sort of grand entrance, then appear in a flash of light, emerge in the shadows, something like that, but remain silent. What game are you playing? Spike said out loud, his voice echoing the darkness. Still nothing. Oh, Sonic Origins for the Nintendo Switch. He continued to walk into the black fog, the hazy gray and black getting darker with each step he took. The silence was broken by a gentle humming of a stallion. Spike followed a strangely alluring tone, making a pathway through the darkness, until he came upon a decorative pool, the glaring blue water contrasting with the bleakness of the shadows. The black alicorn had his back to Spike and didn't seem to notice him. Conquest was relaxing in the water, happily singing to himself, "Daisies, daisies, give me your heart today. Otherwise, I'll rip it out and take it away. It's beating a pitter-patter as I serve it on a silver platter, garnished with the finest soldiers." You moan with a sense of pleasure as you sink a little deeper in the water. "Honey, honey, made with the finest wine. My love for you is to abuse the queen of parasites." Bubbles started to form in the pool as a dark head breached the water. Her turquoise blue hair was washed over her face, a long, decaying looking horn sticking out from underneath the mess of wet hair. She flicked her hair out of her face, slid down on her sides revealing plasma green eyes. Conquest smiled at the creature. My, Chrysalis, I had no idea you could hold your breath that long," he snickered. But seriously, considering that she feeds on love and I'm the embodiment of hate, you don't think she would hate my guts? "That's the naughty little ponies," she giggled, "and I love that about you." She cooed, crawling on top of his lap as he nuzzled him. Her eyes darted towards Spike. "Conquest, were you expecting companies?" Beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. "Yes, this is Son-in-Law Discord." "Hey, Son-in-Law Discord, look, I know we're not friends or anything, but I want to start making amends right now by apologizing for your treatment of Chrysalis." Conquest looked at her strangely, before turning around, knowing Spike's presence. His eyes looked slightly surprised, but was quickly covered up by his wicked grin. "Spike, so nice of you to drop by uninvited," he said sarcastically. Spike just stared at the two. "Sorry," he said bluntly. "I didn't exactly choose to come here." The couple just started to laugh as Queen Chrysalis resumed kissing the dark alicorn. "I hope I'm not interrupting anything." "Oh no, Spike," Conquest said, staring deeply into the Queen's eyes. "Chrissy was just about to finish." She gave a wicked cackle. "Oh, behave, Conquest." She lifted herself off of Conquest and sat beside him, wrapping herself around her as he snuggled up to the dark alicorn. "Trixie?" "Yes?" "I can't believe I'm about to do this." "It's okay. Trixie understands." Beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. "Hello? Starfleet?" "Yeah. I know I've ripped you a lot. I know I've made fun of you. But all that crap you did to Chrysalis. Well, I'm... すみません。ごめんなさい。Click. That was the hardest apology we ever had to do. I know. I can't believe this, but Starfleet has a better treatment of Chrysalis than this Vic. Ugh. I mean, yeah, all of her abilities and coolness is taken away, but at least she's not a sex object. I never behave, especially around you. He grinned as he lifted the Queen's face to his. Their tongues writhed, listening cries of pleasure as her saliva mixed with his shadowy drool. Spike watched constantly from the side. "I think I'll leave now. The smartest thing you said all fic," he said, turning around quickly, walking away from the two blissful creatures. He tried to navigate through the thick fog, but it was difficult to see through the black clouds. He stepped through the clouds and fell face first into a pool of wire. He and Moore was spinning out the wire. He noticed that both Conquest and Chrysalis were sitting on the other side of the pool, her head resting on his chest as they both stared back at him. "Back so soon?" asked Conquest, stroking a hoof through Chrysalis's hair. The queen purred as the pony's hoof slid through her blue mane. "So, how are you, Spike? Still safe for that infernal twilight?" she asked angrily. "I'm not her slave," the dragon said defensively. "Keep telling yourself that," she said sarcastically. "Also, I still haven't been able to thank her properly for her help at the weddings." "Patience, my queen," chuckled Conquest. "Remember, as long as your changeling's fight for me, I'll make sure that the one called Twilight Sparkle is served to you on a silver platter, with chives, a little decoration, and maybe some tomatoes." "Oh, Conquest," she hummed, "you treat me so well." Spike was squeezing smoke out of his nose. "You won't touch a hair on her head," he snarled, slamming his fist in the wire. Conquest sarcastically rolled his eyes. "Don't make promises you can't keep," he cackled. "Ha ha ha! Now, if you excuse us, Chrysalis and I have to finish, ellipses, bonding our alliances, if you know what I mean," he said as he pulled the queen of the changelings back on top of him. "So, I was thinking of penetrating the southern walls of the kingdom." "Is that your better plans?" Chrysalis asked, sliding closer to the dark pony. "Again, yeah, I mean, sure, she was ripping off, Rancid Cavalier, and Thrax was ripping off, that robot was ripping off Thrax, but, geez, that was still better than this slop. At least he was still a person. At least he wasn't just being a sex slave for Conquest here." And again, my Rivers thought I was messing with Conquest's character by what I did to him in Fall. No, I did not. Does this look like I've done anything? Conquest gave one of his razor-sharp smiles. "Of course not." Spike felt like he was going to vomit. "I'm still here." "Then go away," barked the Alicorn. The sun changed its tone, startling the dragon. "Go where?" asked the dragon. "Same place Chrysalis is going." He smiled. "Down, down, down." Spike felt his body being pulled under the wire by an unknown force. He was whisked away, smashing up against rocks as he desperately tried to hold his breath until he sank into the darkness of the wire. In the awakened world, Spike woke up, lying on the floor drenched in sweat. What had happened, he had no idea, but these visits to the world were going to drive him crazy if they didn't stop soon. What disturbed him was the whole scene with the pole, how Chrysalis had eventually entered the war. Things were looking bleak for Equestria, and hope was fading fast. He dragged his claws down his face, as he did when he was stressed out. To make matters worse, he saw his favorite pony heading towards his direction. "Break's over, maggot!" Sorry, barked. "Report to the Pegasus for flight maneuver and training immediately." Yeah, muttered Spike, as he started heading off. The guard pony just stared angrily at the dragon as he walked away. "He is pretty amazing, isn't he?" "Oh, yeah. Grumpy all the time, depressed, whines at every single thing. He's a regular amazing pony. Wish I had 10 more like him." Garbo turned around to see Princess Luna standing behind him. "Princess Luna!" the startled pony gasped, quickly bowing by one hoof. Luna shook her head at a gesture. "Right, Sarge. There's no need to be so formal." The guard rose back to a standing position. "So tell me, how's our newest recruit?" "Making fast progress, Princess," said Sarge. "His best to break almost all former records in every field." "Of course he did. He'll be thrown with basic training by the end of the week." "Let me guess. Spike also challenged your best swordsman, your best shot, and your best runner and beat them all single-handedly. Plus, Spike has also managed to win weightlifting competitions and can fly so high that he can see space. And, best yet, not only can he breathe the air, but he doesn't need to breathe. Oh, did I mention his muscles look rugged? The princess nodded as she looked away from him, staring off into the sky. As he saw Spike soaring with the Pegasus pony, widening tightly through the obstacles with speed and grace. She let a loving sigh slip out. He's magnificent, she whispered. Yep, a regular Maverick right there. Actually, Maverick looks like a chump compared to him. As does Iceman. No, wait, he's better than Red Hunter from Macross. Excuse me, asked Sarge, who had overheard the princess. Her face quickly became a shade of red. Nothing, she squeaked, as she started away in a hurry, leaving the confused guard standing all alone. Vic, if you're going to do with Luna what I think you're going to do, I swear to God, I am going to summon my X Gundam, my double X Gundam, and launch a satellite cannon in your face. The day was long and tiresome, and left Spike physically and mentally exhausted. He slowly walked into his room and fell on his bed, his body begging him to fall asleep. But sleep wouldn't come. He lay there, lifeless, thinking of his day. He had been given compliments by most of his commanders. Well, except for Sars, who had clearly had something against him. Can I really do this? He thought, doubt taking over his mind. Sure, he excelled in training, but could he actually take on Conquest? Now Crest was in the picture, and the two of them together, winning seemed impossible. It really is hopeless. The thought kept pumping up in his head. No, I have to. He had to. Every pony was counting on him. Well, not every pony. But let's say for the sake of argument, Spike, that you're this big damn hero with a big old dick and big muscles, and the main six are just a bunch of weak-willed little dolls for you to save. Let's pretend that. Actually, let's pretend they're not the main six. Let's pretend they're a bunch of wimpy harem girls who need help from the big, brave hero. You know, like Love Hina. Or a bad isekai. Rarity. For her alone, he would do this. Even if he had to die 1,000 deaths, he'd do it to protect her. So, fuck the other ponies, huh? He missed her so very much. He couldn't even remember when the last time the two of them had been apart for this long. Maybe after this, things could go back to normal, and life would finally let them be together. Oh my God. You know, when I complained about some of those other fics, I didn't think I'd be seeing one that decided to take all those times I've said that was, wrong. Seriously. Spike. A voice dragged on. Spike rolled over to see who it was. The all too familiar dark alicorn was standing at the door, and for once he did not have a stupid grin on his face. We need to talk. Can we not do this? Spike groaned. I'm really freaking tired. Conquest jumped into the air and sat down on Spike at hypersonic speed, landing on the dragon's bike with a spine-breaking impact. Spike squealed as he felt his bones snap under the pressure of the Alicorn. You don't get to choose when we do this, dragon, the Alicorn yelled. I need to have a little chat with you. He flapped his wings, and with every flap, a thick smoke formed in the air, so the entire room had disappeared with the darkness of the fog. Conquest lifted up Spike by the neck, squeezing him with shouting magic. Listen, you overgrown newt, he hissed at the dragon. I don't know what that crap was with you appearing in my world, but you do that again, especially when I'm fucking, and I will need your own heart on a silver platter. Like your song, the gutsy dragon muttered. Ooh, it's spicy. I like that, man. The Alicorn's crimson eyes glowed with intensity, not amused by the dragon's joke. He reared his back and slanted in Spike's face. There was a flash of light as Conquest bounced from Spike to Spike. The golden necklace that had protected him from the last time Conquest tried to kill him materialized around his neck. Conquest got up from the ground, anger still in his eyes. I hate that stupid thing, he yelled. It makes me just want to. I'll be right back. There, I just murdered a family. I feel better now. He turned around and caused around a cloud of smoke. It was quickly hardened into a starstone block. Conquest then grabbed the block with his teeth, tearing out chunks of it with his mighty fangs. He did this until there was nothing left but a pile of rubble. The dragon watched the terror and spat at the last rock. Pretend that rock was you, mumbled the Alicorn darkly. Then Luffy punched the rock, telling Conquest to quit messing around. Spike remained silent, just staring at the pony. Conquest burst out Luffy. Oh, who am I kidding? I can't stay mad at you, he said with newfound enthusiasm. Give me your you. He gave the dragon a large hug, squeezing the life out of Spike. The necklace started to flicker again. Conquest backed off. So, Spiky, what do you think of my new plaything? What? Chrysalis. She's great. Isn't she just great? I mean, look at her. Sexy eyes, hot body, like I just want to plow all the night long. Massive memories. I mean, they just bounce and bounce and bounce like they're a freaking playroom, man. I'm telling you. He said, doing pelvic thrusts on that last stretch. Plus, she has those holes in her hose. Makes it a lot easier to... I don't get it. Well, first she spits in the hole, then she slices it on my... How does that even... Does that even... Hey, Cocoon, I know you're listening to this, and I know you don't want to think about it, but... Do you get any pleasure in... your holes? Are they sensitive? If I were to, put my hoof into one of your holes in one of your legs, would that hurt you? Would you feel anything? I gotta know. Because it does not seem as being used as a good sex act. Not that, Spike said. I mean, you and the Queen. You go on about hating love, and then you get a mere friend. What's up with that? Spike, it's not love. Oh, that, Conquest said. Lust is what it is, Dragon. Oh, not love. He started smiling again. Love is fake, and nothing but pain and betrayal. And the rage of the beast. Lust is real. It's pleasure and satisfaction. Began the dragon. But she feeds on love, began the dragon, which she can't get from me, Conquest said happily. She doesn't control me. Rather, I control her. A great relationship if I do say so myself. So, Chrysalis has been reduced to a sex slave. You know what? Fuck it. Every other fic that's ever done Chrysalis wrong, I'm sorry. He looked at the dragon who remained silent. You're so serious all the time. It's boring. He grew bright and unnaturally cheesy. Hey, I know. I'll get you lightened up if I continue my story. Please don't. Begged Legend Bringer. He snickered. Too late. I already started. Now, we had just entered the town. We were having a hard time finding Luna. Doodaloo, doodaloo, doodaloo. Luna, called Celestia. As she, Creator, and Symphony entered the town. Ponies of all races were busy, rustling around, shopping for food and other items of interest. Luna, screamed Celestia again. Where are you? Probably hiding somewhere, said Creator. You know how she is. Don't remind me, she said, turning around to face Creator. I honestly don't know how she could be so immature all the time. Celestia continued to rant about Luna, unaware of the little dark blue alicorn with pigtails sneaking up behind her. Luna quietly fluttered in the air, summoned up a dark rain cloud. She floated above her distracted sister and arched up on her back. With one swift movement, she slowed it down in the cloud, bolts of lightning shooting out and striking Celestia on her flank. The white alicorn shrieked as she reared up from shock. Luna fell in the cloud with a fit of laughter. I got you, Celestia! She cried, sticking her head to the bottom of the cloud. Luna, Celestia said angrily. What's that for? 'Cause you're stupid. The little yellow corn giggled, sticking her tongue out at her sister. She looked toward her brother, and the new pinky alicorn. Who's that? See, Symphony. Courier said dreamily, staring at the candy-colored mare. Sweet Symphony.
Hello, dear,
greeted Symphony,
swinging on a friendly hoof. It must be little Luna. Courier told me all about you.
Luna stared at the mare's hoof before sticking her head back in the cloud, hiding his hoof. Sorry about that, Courier said. She can be a little timid sometimes when meeting new ponies. Symphony just smiled.
Well, I think she's adorable,
she said to the cloud, a small blue eye poking out.
Anyhow, I have got to get going. Nice meeting all of you.
She started to walk away. Courier couldn't take his eyes off the pony. Everything about her seemed perfect. Her eyes, her hair, her smile, everything. To think he lived in this town all this time and never noticed her. He couldn't let her go, not while he's trying. Sympathy, he called nervously, kicking up dirt as he stared at his host.
Yes.
She asked, looking back at the red maned Alicorn. I was wondering, Ellipses, if you ever want to pick flowers again, Ellipses, I could come with you, Ellipses, he said, his face quickly turning redder than his mane. To protect you, of course, not like a date or anything. He laughed nervously, hoping he didn't sound like a complete idiot. Oh my god, I was a nerd burger!
Unicorn smiled. That would be nasty, but I like a distance.
What's that?
As long as it is a date,
she said, before winking out and continuing on her way. Courier was stunned. His heart may have stopped beating, and Sweet Sympathy walked away. Did he just wink out? What was he supposed to mean? Were they dating now? Well, this was all new to him as his thoughts raced in his head. Luna punched her head out of the thundercloud.
What's that all about?
I think I just asked the pony out, the Sun Courier mumbled happily. Celestia rolled her eyes. Well, he did most of the yakking. Luna giggled.
Good day, Sympathy, Sydney, Richie. She sang K-I-S-S-ing.
You had one too many S's, Celestia said.
You have to add more when they kiss Danka,
she cooed. The two sympathizers sat laughed as their brother stood there, lost in his thoughts. All he was able to think about was Symphony. That was the first time I ever felt love. Boring, wasn't it? Sighed Conquest. He managed to make a table and chair for him and Spike to sit down. He looked across to the dragon, who was listening idly to his story. Spike, have you ever been in love? Yeah. Spike, do you like gladiator movies? Have you ever seen a grown dragon naked? Think of the white mare aloud, and how worried you must be right now. Right, the white little mare. The ever so divine and prim rarity, he said. I wonder what she would have to say about true love. The grin on his face grew bigger, as his devil's thoughts began to develop in his mind. Let's ask her. Conquest flicked his hoof, and a crude little one marionette puppet formed his hoof. He swung the puppet down, and hung down limply, almost like he was crying.
Spike!
A voice weakly whispered. The puppet looked up. It was Rarity, who had been shrunk down to miniature size.
It's me,
she begged. What did you do? Screamed Spike. He tried to lift up from the chair, but fell stuck, like something was holding him down. That's what you get for sitting in Quasi-Goo. Conquest ignored him, far too interested in his new puppet. Oh, Rarity, he chuckled as he forced the pony to dance. Oh, look at you. Oh, you got these strings to hold you up, to make you dance, to make you hop. Love is like the strings on thee. Glad there's no strings on me. Da-da-da-da. He laughed as the dragon skeleton, trying to get out the chair. You see, dragon, love is like the strings on a puppet, and I can use these strings to control whatever the puppet does. I can make it do what I want, when I want, and when the poor puppet isn't able to do crap about it. And when I feel no more love for the puppet, he lifted a hoof, a glowing blade of magic slashed the strings. With Rarity puppet falling lifelessly on the table. Ellipses, I can just snip the strings, as he falls lifelessly down, and used and broken. It's such a terribly beautiful thing, is it not? You're crazy, yelled the dragon. You're basing everything on one bad experience. Hey, I'm not the one saying a Quasi-Goo. The Dark Alicorn thought about what the dragon, pondering his thoughts. You know what, Spike? Ellipses, you're right. I think I may have overreacted. Wait, really? The dragon asked. He didn't really hear any sarcasm in the Alicorn's voice. So, Spike, let's recap. You're dumb, emo, and brooding. Well, you're the perfect character for this, Rick. Conquest sighed as he got up from the table to walk around. No, it's true, he started to cry. Dark Conquest was actually crying. Oh, God. The ponies are killed. The creatures I've slain. I'm a monster. He down to Spike's side and continued to cry. Spike, the things I've done. Hey, said the dragon, trying to comfort the pony. I'll be all right. No, it won't. I'll be on help. He groaned. No, you're not. No pony is. It's just, I miss her some pony so much. Why would somebody do that to me? I don't know what she did, but you have to move on. It's the only way to start the healing process, the dragon said. Conquest let go of Spike and turned around, facing the ever-stressing darkness. You know, I guess I saw and knew a bit inside. A spark Paul and me would always say, this is wrong. Why are you doing this? What happened to Career? He said solemnly. Really? Asked the dragon. Hopefully he helped the alicorn. Yeah, he said in a sarcastic tone. He snapped his head around, the infamous deranged smile, wide eyes plastering on his face. But I can't hear it anymore, because there's a much louder face screaming, kill all the ponies. He started to laugh hysterically, the dragon saying in shock, I can't believe you felt that. He cackled as he slammed himself on the table, fit in laughter, like I actually taken place from you, you stupid bucket dragon. He continued to laugh, slamming his head against the table under his laughter. But I thought... You thought what I wanted you to think, Conquest said, showing no signs of calming down. Ponies will manipulate you, Spike, so try to shift the dirt from the crap, though they are the same color. Spike growled down. Well, maybe healthy, but if there's blood in the stool, and then they were gonna take in the undigested bits... The heat grunted from his belly. He had enough of the pony. I'm going to kill you, you psychotic freak. Conquest disappeared in a puff of smoke. Laughter slowly fading. Spike felt himself being lifted up from the chair, unable to control his own limbs. This is what he gets for sitting in crazy glue. He heard a snicker from behind him. Oh, Spike. The dragon looked around, giant Conquest smiling at him, his fangs as big as Spike. He was holding the puppet strings that were attached to the dragon. You see, okay, I'll admit, there is one thing I kind of changed about Conquest. You see, Dark Conquest is doing the stereotypical, love is weak, love is blind, yada yada yada. The way I wrote Conquest, and this is the reason why he had a friend with Necromancer, it's because Conquest didn't hate love. He understood it. He understood that it made you strong. It gave you power. It made you better. He understood how powerful friendship was. That's why he had a friend in Necromancer. Because he realized you need that. It helps you grow. It helps you power up. It can boost you. It pays to have some defense. He just doesn't like it. But he also knows that about it. It's kind of like what somebody said once about Daleks. It's not that they don't know about it. Oh, they know about positive emotions. They also know how to manipulate them. It's been a long day. I was plowing crystals for who knows how long, and I still making a selfless effort to visit you. And this is the thanks I get? I think it's time I cut the strings, he said. Spike watched his Conquest form another aura blade and slashed the strings that held him up. Spike collapsed to the floor, unable to move his arms and legs. He groaned as the weakness washed through his body and closed his eyes. Spike woke up, lying in his own bed. He slowly got up and looked out the window. It was still late and the moon was high in the sky. He groaned as he rolled over. Felt so stupid for letting Conquest trick him like that. Now more than ever, he knew what he had to do. He was going to kill Conquest. A horrible pony like him didn't deserve to live. He was a rabid dog that had to be put down, and he was going to do it. There was a knock on the door. Spike! A familiar voice asked. You still awake? Yeah, Duster, he muttered. Something I can help you with? The pink-maned guard walked in the room. He seemed tired and loud and long. Sorry to disturb you, but the princess wants to see you immediately. The dragon whined a little as he got up. It had been a long day and he wanted to fall asleep without some demonic pony trying to teach him life lessons with puppets. The two slowly walked down the long hallways and eventually came to the throne room. But they kept walking by it. Are we meeting the princess? We are, but not in there, he said. Okay, the dragon said curiously as they walked down the hall. He kept walking down a corridor Spike was unfamiliar with. They came to a large, dark blue door. This is it. He's waiting for you inside, Duster said before turning around and leaving. Spike stared at the mysterious door, but eventually entered it. The room was dark, and he was unable to identify anything in it. He prayed that Luna hadn't fallen asleep again. The door slipped behind him. Luna was leaning against the frame.
"Hello, Spike,"
she said. "Princess, you wanted to see me?" asked the dragon.
"Yes, I did,"
she said as her horn lit up. A missile of magic shooting out and hitting the ceiling and lighting the room. Frick! Spike looked around at the now lit up room. The walls were lined with shelves of books and drawings of stars. A large telescope by the window. The observatory? He looked around to see a navy blue dresser and a princess's bed in the middle of the room. This was Luna's bedroom.
"Do you like my room? I had it personally designed. Oh look, there's even my PS4, Switch, and PS5.
It seems nice, ellipses, the dragon said comfortably. Is there, ellipses, ellipses, reason I'm here? The princess gave a sultry smile to the dragon, whose heart was racing as Luna started to advance on him. Frick! His temperature rose as his body felt sweaty as he backed away from the bright blue mare. She fluttered her eyes. Y'all so cute when you get out of this. She grinned, pushing the dragon onto the bed and climbing on top of him. I must be dreaming, the dragon said, hoping that he was right. This was another one of Conquest's jokes.
Maybe,
the princess cooed.
A your dream is about to come true,
she said as he pressed up against Spike's lips and gave him a long passionate BOOM! The camera pans up, and you see me in the Gundam Double X. My powerful satellite cannon nuking the Spik from orbit. I warned you, Story. Don't you ever pull his entire Spike is such a sex machine, he could get all the ladies, including the princesses thing again, or else.